We've got our little veggies that we're going to use in it. We got it cut up and ready to go. We're browning rice. But we have other things we got to do here. Mainly, while we're browning rice in oil, the liquid that it absorbs is actually the flavor you're going to give it. I use a chicken bouillon. If I don't even know what the salt, sugar, oh, that's horrible stuff. Anyway, if you don't want chicken in it because you're some kind of vegetarian, whatever, use a tomato bouillon or a vegetable bouillon. The taste is going to be slightly different because, well, chicken is really a big part of the Spanish rice flavor. But it'll still work. And you're going to see where we get our other flavor from anyway. And you're going to say, oh, that may be enough for me. So if you want to, you're vegetarian-ish, use a tomato bouillon base or a vegetable base or a vegetable bouillon type and go from there. Now, so we're going to put this liquid into this rice when we're ready. Now, you can see the rice brown. You can see the rice already turned brown here. Let me get some of this stuff moved around. Come on. Just for your eyes only, you can see the rice getting brown. Very nice. Now, rice is not grown with salt in it. Like everything else, you have to throw salt into it. The bouillon has some salt. There's going to already be some salt here, but while you're browning it, there's nothing wrong with throwing a little bit of salt on there, and a little bit of pepper to absorb all this browning. Nothing wrong with that. Also, like I said, I'm going to use powders. I'm going to use garlic powder and onion powder, which I'm about to throw in here right now. But, wow, why don't I just throw the rice on the floor and see what happens to it there? Oh my gosh. The other part of this, now this, remember, this was just chicken bouillon and warm water. I'm going to throw, in this case, it's lime juice, right? Or you can use lemon juice, lime juice. I use a citric acid. And the lime juice will actually help keep the rice kernels, the rice, whatever these things are called, separated. So that when it comes out, it'll be fluffy individual grains of rice. Thank you. Grains. It'll be fluffy individual grains of rice because the acid will help keep them separated, even though you're putting it in all at the same time here. Now, it's gotten pretty brown. We're doing well here. So we're going to throw a little bit of onion powder. I know we have onion here, but that's going to be texture. This is going to be flavor. Throw some onion powder, just like that. Throw some garlic powder. While we have, oh, that smells so good. Garlic powder. And of course, the piece de resistance, huh? The greatest part of our Spanish rice, the greatest spice you're going to throw in there. Make sure I got the right one. That was close. This, my friends, and it doesn't take a lot, but it's up to you on how much you use. This, my friends, I like a lot, but too much could actually ruin it, is gran comino, cumin seeds. If you're going to use a bag, you have a bag of cumin seeds, please use another pan, heat them up, you know, get them browned, and then crush them so that you can use it, because that's what this is. This is gran comino. It has a great smell, it has a great flavor, and without it, your Spanish rice will just be rice with a bunch of veggies in it. Trust me. Now, the other part we said we're going to use, and as we continue, and we're still browning this, but now we're browning it with flavor inside of it. That's right. This is the flavor that's going to be soaked up when that liquid hits here. Look how much browner that is now. Isn't that beautiful? Trust me, that is incredible. When this hits here, it's going to go whoosh. I'm going to have to hit that bit. But before I do that, this is tomato paste. Normally, I would use a tomato sauce, but I have a tomato paste open already, so I'm going to throw tomato paste in here. Because you're going to use tomato in the rice. The tomato paste will help turn it a little bit red and give you that nice color that you're looking for. But first I have to break it up in this before I add it to that. So here's the secret to adding liquid. You don't put all of this into here at once. You only have to just get it a little bit wet here. Okay? Just get all the grains moving around in a little bit of liquid and let it come to a boil again. Okay? Let it keep boiling. That's all we want. We want it to keep boiling and keep boiling. After it comes to a boil, we'll put all the liquid in, and then we're going to turn this down and let it simmer. Okay? So let's add. I'm afraid my turn this on is going to make some noise. I may have to start yelling even louder than I already am. But whoops, let's push the rice around. You can see. Ooh, okay. Now it's getting a little darker. I bet you I'm going to have a smoke alarm go off here if I'm not careful. Okay? I turn on the vent because that smoke alarm's going to go off and you're going to see me panic. Now, I did not use all of the liquid. I'm just getting this, moving around. Okay? Moving the rice around, putting it in here. We'll use a little bit more liquid. Ooh, oh yeah. If I could pour out of this thing without making a mess, I would, but apparently I cannot. Now you see how jumpy it gets. I mean, this stuff is jumping out of me already. But it's also boiling already. Which is what we want it to do. We're going to let it boil a little bit right here before we throw more liquid in. Now, at this point that we're getting it to boil, if you needed the pan again, or if you need the stovetop space to put something else, all you have to do is put this rice into an oven-safe dish. Okay? Oven-safe dish. I know you've heard it all before. You can do that. You can have the oven preheated at 350. Have the oven preheated. You can throw the rice into that oven-safe dish. You can pack it. You can top it off with the rest of this liquid, and you can leave it in the oven and let it cook. It'll cook down in about 15 more minutes. And you can pull it right out of the oven, and it'll be ready to go. You just like you do on the stovetop, you keep an eye on it in the oven. If you see that moisture, if you see the liquids going away, and you don't feel like the grains are getting soft enough, just add more liquid. Add more liquid. Did I say to add more liquid? I hope so. Same thing here. Now we got it going at a nice, beautiful boil there. Beautiful boil. You see all those little air bubbles popping up and down. We got it at a nice boil. Got good liquid in it. It's ready to absorb all this liquid. It's ready to sit there. It's going to sit here and it's going to do this for the same thing as on stovetop as it is in the oven, about 15 minutes. So let's add a little bit more liquid. All this beautiful liquid. Now, because this right here is for texture, now we can throw it in. Okay? Now we can throw it in and let it sit, let it move around, let it absorb all the liquid also, and now we're going to be fine. It's going to look beautiful. Remember, those are for texture. If I really wanted to do something with the veggies, if I wanted to make them part of it, I would have sauteed the veggies when the rice was getting sauteed still. Look, you can see I still have way too much tomato sauce at the bottom, but it'll break up what's in there. That's okay. So this is what happens, guys. It sits here. It absorbs liquid. Sit here, it's going to absorb all the liquid. The liquid goes into the rice. When you see the liquid disappearing and you don't feel like the rice is cooked enough, add more liquid. Very simple. I'm Chef Mick. This is Cooking for the Boys. And remember, if you know how to cook, you can marry for looks. We'll see you, in fact, we'll see you real soon. Now we're back for the new year. We're back for good. Thank you.